for joining us this evening on TKO 8 Local News. A Mountain Home man accused of robbing a church has turned himself in to the Baxter County Sheriff's Office on an outstanding bench warrant issued in mid-May. 18-year-old David LeBrun was booked into the Baxter County Detention Center on felony counts of theft of property and commercial burglary and a misdemeanor count of first-degree criminal mischief. Police say they received a complaint April 18th from Twin Lakes Plaza of damage inside the mall. The complaint stated that the security gate dividing the Christ Community Church from the main part of the mall was damaged and pulled out of the wall, and the main power was shut off. Later that day, the church reported missing cash, music equipment, and damage to the fiber optic cables in the church area. Mall video surveillance from the previous evening reportedly captured two male suspects in the mall, and a witness identified one suspect as LeBrun. He has since been released on a $10,000 bond. Joey Seymour of Gamille, Arkansas, has entered a no-contest plea and was given 7 years in prison for possessing methamphetamine in a 2016 case. That was the result of a traffic stop on a vehicle with a windshield obstruction. He was also charged with a failure to appear in circuit court. A plea arrangement, had been worked out in mid-August of last year, and Seymour was due to appear in circuit court to be sentenced September 14th. But Seymour did not show up in court for the sentencing, and a failure to appear warrant was issued for his arrest. Seymour remained a fugitive until May the 9th of this year, when officers located him at a residence in Gamille. A resolution supporting the controversial C&H hog farm in Newton County will be on the Baxter County Quorum Court's agenda for the consideration tonight. The proposed resolution is a similar document to the one passed by the Newton County Quorum Court in February. It notes that Governor Asa Hutchinson has publicly expressed support for C&H and agreed with the Arkansas Pollution Control and Ecology Commission in its granting of a stay for the recently denied Arkansas Department of Environmental Quality's permit. Supporting the resolution indicates that C&H should be allowed to supplement the permit record through the appropriate appeals process. The non-binding measure was tabled at the Baxter County Quorum Court in the May meeting. Well, the movement to cease home delivery of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette newspaper starting in Mississippi County in April the 1st is on its way to Baxter County now. Papers delivered in Baxter County Saturday had a sticker attached to the front page advertising a free iPad with the digital subscription to the Arkansas's only statewide newspaper. The sticker also noted a print delivery ends soon in that area. Home delivery of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette in Craighead County ended on Thursday, with subscribers who continue their subscriptions being supplied with an $800 iPad, providing a daily digital replica. Officials say the newspaper plans to invest up to $800,000 in the iPad program. The pilot program begins in Mississippi County, where delivery to 240 customers ceased on April 1st. Hamilton said 70% of those subscribers signed up for the iPad program. Also on the newspaper front, a pair of newspapers in north central Arkansas is reportedly for sale. Both the Mountaineer Echo in Flippin and Marshall and the Mountain Wave in Marshall are up for sale on a website, bizbuysale.com, for a price of $285,000. The original ad listed papers by name and described the Mountaineer Echo as the oldest business in Marion County. The Mountain Wave, which was established in 1892, was called a highly respected newspaper with a dedicated readership and the only print media based in Searcy County. The ad says the owners listed retirement as the reason that they're selling the papers. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We'll take a look at some headline news from around the region as TKO 8 News continues.
On any given day here at Main Street Service Center, we might be working on a Ford like on the 4-post lift over my shoulder, or an Infiniti that's back on the back bay, or a Toyota, or a BMW, or right here a Hyundai. You just never know what's going to come into the shop and what their needs might be, but you can rest assured that at Main Street Service Center, whatever you're driving, we can take care of it for you, whether it's oil and filter changes all the way up to engine and transmission replacements. And get this, we've been in business for 29 years and there's still things that we can't do, and we're not too proud to say it. So if you bring us something and it's over our head or out of our capabilities of expertise or tools, we're not too proud to say it, because we want your vehicle fixed correctly, right, and the first time.
Whether you ride mud, rocks, dunes, or trails, Polaris has a razor to match your passion. Unequaled power, unrivaled suspension, unmatched agility, and unbeatable comfort. Everything you need to chase memories and catch them. Find your razor at Polaris.com.
Join Sammy Klein Thursdays and Fridays during the TKO 8 local newscast for this week's closing livestock market report, made possible by Quality Feed Grains of Harrison and Bellefonte. Quality Feed Grains has you covered. Everything for cattle, pets, deer, equine, poultry, seed and spray, show feed, and garden. Check their website, qualityfeedgrains.com, now for this month's special. Quality Feed Grains of Harrison and Bellefonte, proud sponsors of the Livestock Report with Sammy Klein on Harrison's broadcast station TKO Channel 8.
Plants, plants, and more plants. That's what you'll find at Camp's Plants in Harrison. Perennials, annuals, ferns, hanging baskets, shrubs, roses, decorative trees, and the largest selection of garden vegetables in the area. With different varieties arriving weekly, you're sure to find the perfect plant, shrub, or tree at the best price in the area. Camp's Plants in business for over 33 years in Harrison.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
A former Arkansas camp director accused of video voyeurism is now facing 2 more charges after footage including an adult woman and a 10-year-old girl. Prosecutors issued a warrant on the video voyeurism charges May the 25th for Robert Powell. The 45-year-old Searcy man was initially charged with 1 count, but prosecutors have now added 2 more counts. They also issued the orders Friday against Powell prohibiting contact with the involved individuals. Wildwood Camp fired Powell as director after authorities in April found a recording device inside the woman's cabin. Authorities say the camera contained several video clips with the adults and the juvenile in various stages of undressing. The White County Sheriff's Office says Powell confessed to concealing the camera to target the woman. Arkansas finance officials say a drop in corporate tax collections kept the state's revenue below expectations in the month of May. The Department of Finance and Administration says that the state's net available revenue in May totaled some $347,000, which is $8 million below the same month last year and $9 million below the forecast. The state's net available revenue for the fiscal year that began on July 1 totaled $4.9 billion, which is $44 million above forecast. The West Memphis police officer, a West Memphis police officer, I should say, who shot and killed a man who led police on an interstate chase will not be charged. Investigators say Officer Matt Presley was justified when he used deadly force to prevent Ronald Clinton from running over the officer. Ronald Clinton was shot and killed by a West Memphis police officer May 21st after he led officers on a chase from the Walmart in West Memphis to I-40. Clinton drove the wrong way on I-40, where investigators say he hit officers' cars and collided with a propane tanker truck. At the time, an autopsy report has not been released in Clinton's death. His family has hired an attorney who is currently looking into whether or not the officers violated the department's pursuit policy. A popular room in Arkansas's capital will temporarily close starting this summer for a renovation financed with a $1.2 million state grant. Work on the old Supreme Court chamber is expected to begin July 1 after workers cover the carpet and assemble the scaffolding inside. The Arkansas Natural and Cultural Resources Council awarded the grant to the Senate last month. The council awards funds for accusations against and stewardship of the state-owned lands or the preservation of state-owned historic sites and or structures. The chamber is one of the most visited rooms in the Capitol in Little Rock, receiving thousands of visitors each year. AAA says motorists in Oklahoma and Arkansas are paying some of the lowest prices for gasoline throughout the nation. The organization says that the 10 least expensive markets for gas in the U.S. is Oklahoma ranks 4th with an average price of $2.66 per gallon of regular gasoline, and Arkansas is 6th with an average of $2.67 per gallon. AAA says the average price of gas has dropped 3 cents per gallon in Oklahoma during the past week, which is one of the nation's top 10 largest weekly declines. Nationwide, AAA says the average price of $2.95 a gallon is 2 cents lower than a week ago. Before we look at the steamy weather forecast as we move on through the work week, here's the way the stock market ended today. Warmer today than yesterday. Boy, what a gorgeous day it was on Monday. Temperature around 83 degrees, low humidity. You couldn't ask for better weather to be outside. A little bit warmer today, 87 degrees, still fairly low humidity, but it is going to warm up as we move on through the work week. Tomorrow looks to be somewhat warmer than today, again with lots of sunshine out there on Wednesday. High temperature in the afternoon around 90 degrees. On Thursday, partly cloudy skies, 92 degrees. And then on Friday, much hotter, 93 to 94 degrees. The humidity starts to build. And then on Saturday, isolated thunderstorms will be popping up here or there. Only about 30% chance in the afternoon, 93. But again, when that humidity gets up there, that's where those little thunderstorms come out in the afternoons. And then on Sunday, looks like the forecast about the same, 93 degrees and no rain. But again, you never know in the afternoon when that humidity gets to about 70–80%. That's when the thunderstorms come out. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We'll take a look at sports from around the region as TKO 8 News continues.
Stop in at White Oak Station on Capps Road in Harrison and fill up with Shell gasoline, the highest quality gasoline with more miles per gallon, saving you money. Sign up for the Fuel Rewards card and save 5 cents per gallon every time. Plus, get an extra 5 cents off on Razorback Wednesdays. That's a savings of 10 cents per gallon. Check out their expanded deli and hot and cold food items. Caps Road, White Oak Station, where customer service is their #1 goal.
Plants, plants, and more plants. That's what you'll find at Camps Plants in Harrison. Perennials, annuals, ferns, hanging baskets, shrubs, roses, decorative trees, and the largest selection of garden vegetables in the area. With different varieties arriving weekly, you're sure to find the perfect plant, shrub, or tree at the best price in the area. Camps Plants in business for over 33 years in Harrison.
Inland Waste Solutions works diligently to be good stewards of the environment. Reducing waste via curbside recycling services, Inland Waste Solutions takes this mission seriously, but they need your help. When putting your waste and recyclables in their respective curbside containers, be sure that cross-contamination doesn't occur. Please only place recyclable materials in the yellow top bins. Check your recycling do's and don'ts list before you throw any item into the yellow top recycle bin. Together we can make a difference. Inland Waste Solutions, local people serving local people in Harrison.
Former Arkansas football standouts Brandon Burlsworth, Dan Hampton, and Darren McFadden were among the 82 players and coaches from the football bowl subdivision included on the 2019 ballot for induction into the College Football Hall of Fame. Harrison native Burlsworth went from a walk-on to an All-American offensive lineman and eventually third-round pick by the Indianapolis Colts. He played on 2 Southeastern Conference West Division championship teams in 1995 and again in 1998. He earned all SEC honors in 1997 and 98, becoming the Razorbacks' first-team All-American since 1989 when he was named to the first team in 1998. His number 77 was retired in 1999 following his death. He was inducted into the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame in 2002 and the University of Arkansas Letterman's Association Hall of Honors in 2004. Iowa State says forward Cameron Lard has enrolled at the Wellness Center instead of joining teammates for summer workouts. Iowa State's coach Steve Prolan says that Lard needs to change some personal habits. Lard's drug paraphernalia charge was dismissed in April during a pretrial hearing, according to the Des Moines Register. He was stopped by Ames police on February the 4th and pled guilty to speeding. Both charges are misdemeanors. Lard is expected to rejoin the team after completing the wellness programs. And the Memphis Redbirds led the New Orleans Baby Cakes, who is the AAA club for the Marlins, 3-1 after the top of the 5th inning. But the Baby Cakes hit 3 solo home runs within 5 batters in the 5th and 6th time frames en route to a 4-3 victory. Memphis now returns home for 7 contests against Tacoma and Reno starting tonight and running through next Monday night. Mike Trout had 3 hits, including a tiebreaker RBI single in the 8th inning, and the Los Angeles Angels beat the Kansas City Royals 9-6. Trout scored 3 runs and drove in 2. Justin Upton and Albert Pujols all had 2 RBIs as Jeffrey Marti hit a solo home run to help the Angels improve to 4-0 against the Royals this season. And staying with baseball, Bryce Kishin, a pitcher who helped the Pittsburgh Pirates win the World Series in 1971 and 79, has died of cancer. After retiring as a player in the 1985 season, Kissin spent 3 decades in player development and scouting roles with Pittsburgh, Kansas City, and Baltimore. He retired in December and was diagnosed with renal cancer in February. His wife says Kissin died Saturday at the Tidwell Hospice Center in Brenton, Florida, near his home. He was 68 years of age. That wraps up our broadcast here for this evening. Thanks for joining us. Join us Monday through Friday at 6:30 and again at 10 p.m. as we continue to bring you local news, weather, sports, and local announcements from around the area on Harrison's broadcast station, TKO Channel 8. Now stay tuned for more local events around the viewing area.